Good evening, this is the news with me, Winifred Niku, but first, the headlines. President Barrow reaffirms his government's commitment to a strong, impartial and efficient judicial and justice system manned by competent professionals, this as he presides over the swearing-in ceremony of a new Minister of Justice. Lawmakers hands over Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 and the Petroleum Commission Bill 2020 to the Assembly after the first reading. A prominent Islamic scholar and former president of the Gambia Islamic Council, Alhaji Sheikh Ahmed Banding Drame, died at the age of 89 in Birkama after a brief illness. Plus in sports, writers and broadcasters in the sporting fraternity hail for their tireless effort in promoting sports in the country. This as the Gambia joins the rest of the world to celebrate International Sport Journalists Day. And in Myanmar, at least 146 miners killed and 200 others trapped after JD mine collapses amid terrifying wave of mud and heavy rains. Well, viewers, those are the headlines. Thanks for joining us. The President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, has reaffirmed his government's commitment to a strong, impartial and efficient judicial and justice system, staffed and run by competent professionals under impartial and upright leadership. The President was speaking at the State House during the swearing-in ceremony of the new Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Dauda A. Jallow, As we hear in this report by Mamadou Jallo, the new Attorney General is expected to expedite the transitional justice process and reforms of the judiciary started under his predecessor.
New Attorney General and Minister of Justice Dauda A. Jallo took the prescribed oaths of office, allegiance and secrecy at the ceremony at State House.
I, Dauda A. Jallo, having been appointed as Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Republic of the Gambia, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of the Gambia according to law. So help me God.
Mr. Jallo hails from a reputable legal background, and his appointment is expected to give renewed impetus to the ongoing transitional justice process and judicial reforms started under his predecessor. Jallo acknowledged the enormity of the task ahead, but reassured the President and the nation that he will endeavor to live up to expectations.
I am well aware of the heavy task that lie ahead of me as the country is going through a transition and the transitional justice process is midstream and need to sail to safety as soon as possible. Transitional justice processes are very complex, and no country has ever been fully prepared for it, because normally transitional justice comes after a nation underwent serious socio-political difficulties. Notwithstanding, difficult decisions will have to be made, and certainly they will be made, because this nation must heal and move on. May I therefore take this opportunity to assure all stakeholders in the transitional justice process that the Ministry of Justice will provide the necessary leadership to ensure that the transitional justice process reaches its logical conclusion.
For the President, His Excellency Adama Barrow, Jallo's appointment comes at a critical time when the foundations for a robust democratic dispensation anchored on respect for the rule of law, human rights and dignity are firmly taking shape. He therefore expressed confidence that Jallo will provide the needed leadership to build on these achievements.
In view of his training, expertise and character, I am confident that Honorable Jallo's presence in Cabinet will be productive and will further enrich our discussions and decision-making processes for the advancement of the nation. It is a common belief that good governance in any democratic environment must always be grounded in equal rights, justice, and the rule of law. This is not attainable in the absence of a strong judicial and justice system, staffed by competent professionals under impartial and upright leadership.
The President also praised Jallo's predecessor, Batambido, for what he called his selfless service to the nation, particularly his exploits in the legal reform process, where, according to the President, he has left indelible marks.
Today, as Honorable Tambari leaves us for other pursuits, he has not only made a name for himself, but also leaves behind an indelible mark on our legal reform program. This occasion offers me the opportunity to thank him for his selfless service to the nation. Despite the many challenges that confronted us from the outset, we have been able to weather the storm this far.
President Barrow also used the opportunity to call on Gambians to be united, be law-abiding and peaceful, arguing that our diversity as a nation should only serve to strengthen peace and social cohesion.
Maintaining peace and stability in the country hinges on the respect for the rule of law and allowing our law enforcement officers to perform their duties without hindrance. Let us remain united. Unity fosters peace and prevents crime and disorder. We are a diverse people, but our diversity should not breed hate or hostility. Instead, it should be a source of inspiration, pride and strength in building peace and strengthening social cohesion.
He finally thanked Dawda Jallow for accepting the appointment, which he added comes with challenges, but expressed hope that given his experience, Jallow will measure up to the expectations. Mamadou Jallow, GRTS News.
To some legislative matters now, the second ordinary session of the National Assembly in the 2020 legislative year on Thursday witnessed the handing over of the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 and the Petroleum Commission Bill 2020 to the Assembly for first reading. Kejetu Jallow was at the legislative chambers and now reports.
After a quick browse for correction and approval of record of votes and proceedings of the National Assembly sitting of Wednesday, 1st July 2020, the Vice Chairman of the Finance and Public Accounts moved the motion to extend the committee's stage of the Gambia Anti-Corruption Bill 2019. Honorable Fatou Ndiaye seconded that motion.
I stand to second the motion to defer the presentation of to extend the committee stage of the Gambia Anti-Corruption Bill 2019 until next sitting. This is a very important bill and it needs consultation with stakeholders. That is the reason why we want to defer this to the next session. Thank you.
Handing over the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 by Honorable Alaji Jawara of Lower Badibu and Petroleum Commission Bill 2020 by the Petroleum Minister to the Clerk of the National Assembly for first reading, it was moved and seconded in accordance with Clause 65 to adjourn sitting till Monday for second reading of the bills. Speaker of the National Assembly, Mariam Jagdentin, highlighted.
In accordance with Clause 65, only the first reading of the following bills will be done today. That is the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 and the Petroleum Commission Bill 2020. The next stage of the Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 is appointed for Monday, the 6th of July 2020, whilst the Petroleum Commission Bill 2020 is appointed for Tuesday, the 7th of July 2020, for the persons in charge of the respective bills to move a motion for the second reading of the bills in accordance with Clause 66(2) of the Standing Orders, which reads, at the conclusion of the proceedings of the first reading or on any subsequent stage of the bill, the next stage may be taken either forthwith or upon a day to be named.
Khadijatu Jallow reporting for GRTS News.
Moving on, the Senegalese ambassador to the Gambia, His Excellency Bassirou Sène, on Wednesday paid a courtesy call on the Minister of Defense, Sheikh Omar Faye. The two top officials, as Kejetu Jallow reports, discussed and shared views on further strengthening the already excellent relations between Dakar and Banjul.
After a closed-door meeting, His Excellency Bassirou Sène, the Senegalese High Commission to the Gambia, speaking to GRTS, praised the leadership of the two sister republics of the Gambia and Senegal for their commitment to nation building.
I am very happy. I see with my brother, we have the same direction, the same feeling. We recognize our two head of state, Mr. President Macky Sall and President Adama Barrow, have the same view, same orientation on how to handle the future of our two countries.
Key among the issues discussed was how to contain COVID-19 and deforestation and its negative impact on climate change.
We have to take an appropriate measure together to fight against this COVID, which is very dangerous for our future. The third is about the environment matters. We are witnessing our ecosystem is disappearing because of human beings' actions.
The Senegalese diplomat renewed his commitment to work with Gambian officials to consolidate the cordial relations between the two governments and people. He also commended Gambians for the hospitality accorded to Senegalese residing in the country, describing the Gambia and Senegal as one and the same people. Khadijatu Jallow reporting for GRTS News.
To some sad news, Prominent Islamic scholar and former president of the Gambia Islamic Council, Alhaji Sheikh Ahmed Banding Drame, has died at his hometown of Birkama on Thursday at 89. Banding was a leading voice in the Muslim world with a rich legacy that included the establishment of the first Arabic and English senior secondary school in the West Coast region. Our Isa Tuketa takes a look at his life.
The Gambia is mourning the loss of one of its greatest scholars and religious leaders. Alhaji Sheikh Ahmed Banding Drame passed away after the 2 p.m. afternoon Zuhur prayers at his hometown in Birkama. The well-known imam and teacher built a colorful legacy of social development, humanitarian action and scholarship, which includes the establishment of his schools, Mahad Junior and Senior Secondary Schools, which fuses Arabic and English tutorials that produce some of the most diversely talented graduates in the Gambia. Alhaji Sheikh Ahmed Banding Drame dedicated his life to Islamic propagation. His strong, mellow and calming voice can be heard every Friday on Radio Gambia and on other media outlets across the country.
والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وإمام المتقين محمد خير العالمين.
The prominent and highly revered imam and scholar conducted one of his last sermons last year in Scotland when he led Gambian Muslims there in Eid prayers. Imam Banding was among the pioneers of the Supreme Islamic Council and remained active in the council till his death. Prominent Islamic scholar and imam will be laid to rest tomorrow Friday in his hometown Birkama at 10 a.m. May his soul rest in eternal peace. For GRTS News, this is Isa Tuketa.
May his soul rest in perfect peace. Now, the Youth Empowerment Project and the creative industries on Thursday awarded young Gambian entrepreneurs and creative artists for their contribution in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic in the Gambia. Zainab Jain was there, and this is her report.
As the coronavirus pandemic triggers unprecedented socio-economic challenges in the Gambia, enterprises in the creative industries have been hit hard amid the suspension of events and market closures, which have led to a stark drop in demand for goods the country's creative art, tailoring and tourism industry. But there is a leeway to contribute immensely through innovation in raising awareness, according to Fatim Baji Sinyan, who is supporting the Youth Empowerment Scheme to revive the gains of tourism and other creative industries.
We are very pleased that in spite of all the global challenges and all the local challenges, the creative minds in the Gambia, the sectors in the Gambia have actually lived up to its credo and its vision that was laid out a few months ago.
Coordinators from the creative arts industry shared how various contributions are making a difference in raising awareness on COVID-19 in the Gambia.
I am honored to have coordinated the production of 10,000 face masks through the EU and YEP as part of their contribution towards the fight against the infectious disease, which were presented to the Honorable Minister of Health to be donated to healthcare workers. This initiative doesn't only tackle the issue of curbing the spread of the virus, but it also helps to sustain and create employment for many.
Necessity is the mother of invention. It has forced us to have to look at other avenues of promotion and also revenue generation. And one of the most blatantly in our faces is online. Just going digital with things.
From the Gambia Writers Association, Modu Lamin Sow announced that the 16 shortlisted poets out of the 83 contestants will be given free membership to the association as a firm supporter and partner of projects implemented by creative industries. The European Union Ambassador to the Gambia, Attila Lajos, explained the benefits such digital platforms will have for creative industries during these trying times.
With the new realm of digital solutions have moved center stage, it will require effort and resources to adjust. But we should look at these adjustments as catalytic investments and new opportunities.
The children died, but our heroes died. The nation tries, the society cries. Our doctors fight, but the corona is tied.
Entrepreneurs and creative artists received awards for their efforts in amplifying efforts to combat COVID-19. Zainab Bujain for GRTS News.
To the Central River region now, where Action Aid International The Gambia, in partnership with Njawara Agricultural Training Center, have transferred cash to 100 farmers from the Central River region and North Bank regions in the drive to building resilience. The support is part of a project job promoting agroecology and eco-restoration practice in the Central River and North Bank regions of the country, with funding from the European Union. Modula Minsane has the details.
The formal handing over of these cash transfer to rural farmers is one giant step being taken by Action Aid the Gambia and the Njawara Agriculture Training Center with funding from the European Union. The program is part of efforts to promote agroecology and eco-restoration practice through a project that seeks to support poultry and small ruminant production.
The project proposal has therefore been designed to increase employment in the rural areas and enhance the ability of smallholder farmers to adapt to the changing climate with a view to contribute to the reduction of migration. These two phenomena, climate change and migration, must be properly managed. Together, they will have far-reaching negative consequences on our national development process. The overall goal of the project is to contribute to job creation and food security for women and youth.
The initiative that began some years back targets some 1,860 women and youths from 30 communities. This scheme is designed to directly benefit over 32,000 people in rural Gambia.
By focusing on women and youth in particular, the intention is to provide viable alternatives to migration to urban areas or even out the country, through providing them with necessary knowledge, skills and inputs to engage in sustainable agroecology farming practices for food security and gainful employment within their communities, as well as to contribute to the restoration of the local ecosystems.
Already some successes have been registered because with the seed and cereal banking, the farmers came up with their own policies that is going to guide and govern the administration of the seed and cereal bank at their own free will, and the documents are intact, are with them, they prepared everything.
An ideal intervention for farmers, the initiative is also intended to complement government's effort to cut down irregular migration and the unemployment rate.
The project is aligned with our sector policy and strategies. The National Development Plan 2018-2021 and the SDGs, especially SDG Goal 1, end poverty, Goal 2, end hunger and achieve food security, improve nutrition and promote sustainable agriculture. And that the final one is Goal 8, decent work and economic growth. Promote sustained, inclusive and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment and decent work for all.
Receiving cash from partner donors during a crucial period, the beneficiaries expressed elation for the support provided to them.
I am very happy for this support. This year I will be able to do more compared to last season, because I will grow groundnut, coos and maize.
The programs joins a strategy of EU-supported funding of 20.5 million euros from the 11th European Development Fund to the Gambia to boost agriculture for economic growth and food security to mitigate migration. Modula Minsane, GRTS News.
As part of efforts to curb crime rate in the Gambia, officials of the Gambia Police Force, with support from the people of Busumbala, inaugurated a new police post in the community of Busumbala. Details in this report.
spike in crime rates across the country has driven natives of Busunbala and the Gambia Police Force to establish the first police post in the community. At the center of the Kombo North area in the West Coast region, Busunbala has become a major township drawing scores of new settlers and a thriving business community. Its first police post was welcomed as much needed development amid the spread of new homes and residents in the town. Urging the community to collectively promote and participate in its maintenance, the Inspector General of Police highlighted ongoing initiatives to enhance police service delivery to the international standards.
A permanent personality in the URR also responded by building a modern regional police headquarters. And not only that, but I also have support from the people of Kaur, who are also who also responded by building a police station, and hopefully by the end of this month, or before the end of this month, that police station will also be open. Most of the police stations we had were on red. And nowadays, we are getting the support from the community who are coming up, offering services, assistance to make sure that structures are built.
An official from the Ministry of Interior noted the increasing efforts of the government in tackling crimes in the country.
We are optimistic that we will be better equipped as a nation and as a people to deal with certain eventualities, especially in our dealing with crimes, including drugs, human trafficking, burglaries, and many more. Essentially, the government of the Gambia, through the Ministry of Interior, in collaboration with other relevant stakeholders, has registered tremendous achievements in meeting human security needs of our citizenry.
Residents of Busunbala expressed joy over the inauguration of the new police post, stating some of the challenges they were facing, including delays in reporting cases all the way to Yundum, which accommodates the closest police station in the area.
We are happy with opening of the police post. It was a bizarre bank, but it was of no use to us. We decided to change it to a police post because most of the cases we encounter problems with drivers and commuters. Sometimes we have 4 lanes, they normally hit kids. This is why the elders of the community decided to go to the norm of the area to make this project a reality.
Car police station mol camera nyame police station to nyama inara sa to mol ma koy.
We are praying that the peace that the village wants will be achieved.
Fo alaw mare fo an elef sa do lef menna fona lef la kayro nyina fo la talak ma so kayro feng.
The new police post is expected to greatly ease and complement work of the police in tackling organized local crimes which have surged over the years. Khadija Bokum reporting for GRTS News.
Well, Khadija Bokum there. Well, similarly, Vision Development Foundation on Thursday donated traffic mobile vehicle to the Kanifing Mobile Traffic Unit as part of efforts to empower the police in traffic control and other line of their duties. Baba Sila witnessed the presentation ceremony and now reports.
A consistent development partner of the Gambia, through Dabo's Vision Development Foundation, has been complementing government and individual efforts since its formation by the country's leading philanthropists, whose benevolence is helping many sectors advance capacity. The foundation specially earmarked this donation to the mobile traffic unit of the police in order to ease access and mobility for officers controlling road traffic issues across the country. The traffic gadgets are essential for the monitoring and prevention of road accidents.
This vehicle that we will be presenting to the mobile police, we know in one way or the other it will make their work very easy and it will create access to them, and it will also give them direct support, to anywhere accident occur, they will be able to be there. And our able CEO also has presented, a coupon for 6 months fueling of the vehicle and a full maintenance of the vehicle for 6 months period. That means anything that happened to the car, our able CEO under the leadership and the Vision Development Foundation will maintenance the car for them at no cost and will take care of the fueling of the vehicle for these 6 months coming.
Receiving the vehicle on behalf of the Gambia's police chief, Lamin Kinkoli, commissioner of the mobile police unit, held the foundation for the gesture, saying the presentation was a clear manifestation of appreciation for the commitment displayed by road traffic control officers at the department.
On behalf of my institution, the Inspector General of Police and his police management will take good use of this car. There is a saying in English, to whom much is given, much is expected. We will redouble our efforts for the development and advancement of this country. My advice would be, we are witnessing a lot of accidents, and then people are pointing finger to the police, particularly to the mobile traffic. Again, we accept because we are the law enforcement agents. But again, I will use this ceremony to caution those drivers to say, drive carefully. The life you may save may be your own or your family.
The VDF donated a check for $25,000 to the Farata Buffalo Development Foundation to complement the association's road project. 8 bags of rice and a cash amount of $8,000 went to the elders of Brusubi Phase 2, an association set to promote the welfare of the vulnerable widows in the area.
The Farato Bafloto Development Association is embarked on a road reconstruction project which connects more than 5,000 people living around the road, and we have a primary school living there, so many civil servants and so on and so forth. This road become very inaccessible during the rainy season, and the community decided to come together to rehabilitate the road and then look for support from philanthropists like VDF, and they have responded positively. And this afternoon we are witnessing the presentation of a check amounting to $25,000 to help us to reconstruct that road.
Vision Development Foundation is a civil society organization bent on alleviating local needs and the plight of vulnerable communities. Since its creation in 2006, it has strongly complemented national and individual efforts for socio-economic development. Reporting for the news, I am Baba Silla.
Take a short break now. The news continues in just a moment.
AfriPhone is back in a brand new style. AfriCell, the biggest and the best GSM operator in the Gambia, is setting trends once again.
Get an AfriPhone for $350 only and receive 1 hour of free talk time spread over 3 months.
$350 is only. You can get a dual SIM phone with a wireless FM radio, memory card slot, internet access, long-lasting battery, and 1 hour of free talk time.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow. AfriCell is setting trends once again. I'm sure you still love WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and Viber. Your favorite GSM operator, AfriCell, knows this. That's why you can now enjoy more at the same price. Activate the social media bundle and be online for 24 hours for $10 is only.
Hello! Activate the social media bundle for $10 is only and receive 40 megabytes.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
News, but before we take leave of you, a recap of the day's top stories. President Barrow has reaffirmed his government's commitment to a strong, impartial and efficient judicial and justice system manned by competent professionals, this as he presides over the swearing-in ceremony of a new
Attorney General and Minister of Justice of the Republic of the Gambia do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of the Gambia according to law. So help me God.
Well, we apologize for that. But before we take leave of you, a recap of the day's top stories. President Barrow has reaffirmed his government's commitment to a strong, impartial and efficient judicial and justice system manned by competent professionals. This as he presides over the swearing-in ceremony of a new Minister of Justice. Lawmakers hand over Local Government Amendment Bill 2020 and the Petroleum Commission Bill 2020 to the Assembly after the first reading. A prominent Islamic scholar and a former President of the Gambia Islamic Council, Sheikh Ahmed Banding Drame, has died at the age of 89 in Birkama after a brief illness. Viewers, that was all in this edition of the News at 8. Join us at 10 for more news. Until then, do stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs.
Welcome to the TOK service.
What is TOK?
This is an amazing service from AfriCell that enable you to